This European cricket event is proudly brought to you by HCL Software, Rado, 1xBet and Victorinox.
Up into third position, so that's how close this table is, as it's the familiar sight. And that one just drifted down the leg side, and Omar Farouk just levers his bat onto it, using the pace of the delivery, and that's the first boundary of the innings. In match 15 after this one as well, the final game of the day, as there's a run-out chance here, and a direct hit should be out. There's a direct hit thrown in here from Ravinder Singh, as we see here on the replay. Lovely slow motion replay, and in fact the batter not even in the frame. He tries to get his bat down, but I think he knew he was a goner. He carried on his full sprint. A large total, in honesty, of 128, but they've got 4 more on the board here in match 12, and before that Team Tigers scoring just 84. So between them, add those 2 sets of scores together and you've got maybe a par score, but as it was in fact, was that given a 4? I think it was in fact given a 4 in the end, so maybe there was a, well, it's all going on here, folks. That one, previous ball was possibly maybe a 4. That one was absolutely a 4 that shouldn't have been, as that goes straight through the legs. Well, when I was packing my clothes, as that one goes for a boundary.
One that day, but something different. Anyway, back to the cricket action here. Love the shot for 4, that one.
Whatever is thrown on at 7 AM in the morning happens to stay on for the rest of the day, and this one is going to go all the way, so we finish. And that's been fired to the boundary, not quite where Monjor had in mind, but the lefty won't mind as that flies off the edge. Well, I suppose in some ways, as that one also goes to the boundary, so second boundary of this over, another 4 runs to Captain Asif.
Really good.
Talking about really good, that was an excellent delivery there. It's Ravinder Singh who's come back in for his second over, and he's absolutely obliterated the stumps there of the Captain Asif Attar. And I was about to say, at the end of that 5th over, as this is a chance, it's up in the air, it should be taken from Gaurav Singh, but he makes a meal of it, and a heavy landing as well. And I don't know if that's a bit of a neutral voice to make sure that protocol is being followed, as that one's just been levered away as well through the leg side from Monjor, who's realised that.
Yeah, just a little bit of a conversation with the players there, and that has forced a wicket. So there you go. So maybe Singh gets the last smile there.
Well, that's a nice strike from Monjor, and that's going to go all the way. He just pivots back on that one.
Let's see if they can get something here.
Well, that might be another maxima, as Taranpreet Singh comes in for his second over, and he sees the end of Monjor, and that's the second time, or the third time even, I think, we've had a wicket off the first delivery. We had it in Ravinder Singh's over in the 6th. And that one again is that round the wicket angle. Of course, it's this time to the left-handed Monjor. Yeah, and well, they've been punished now because it is Mohammad Rassel who has suddenly found that he is holding a bat that he can use, and that one goes all the way for 6. Amzad Hussain back on strike, final 2 balls. And that's why I was wondering why he wasn't on strike earlier, because that one has been absolutely cracked.
You've chewed up 6 stop balls. There were 3 in the previous over, 3 now in the last over. Oh boy.
Well, Amzad Hussain shows that he's not immune to the old dot ball as well. And in fact, that is the end of the innings. So Team Tigers Portugal, they finish on around 100. So not too much maths required here. He has the responsibility here of bowling the first over.
And this is definitely a stage. That has been absolutely crunched. What a great shot. So, first over a bit cautious, and we start the second over with a big Maximo. Tell him what you want.
Oh, he probably didn't want that. It was actually not a bad ball in all honesty, but it was absolutely smacked. That one's been hit hard as well, and that's going to be 4 boundaries in a row. It's here, Omar Farouk's not letting anyone near that one apart from his own 2 hands, because he knows he's probably got the safest hands in that side. The end of the opening stand, and it's Gaurav Singh who, well, of the 2, he didn't really get going. He knew as soon as he hit it as well. He was the perpetrator of that very slow. That one, there's a bit of a full toss. I think it... And that one's high up in the air, and I think it's going to go all the way, and it does. So that's less eventful cricket, but it will be eventful, that ball, because that's going to go all the way for 6. And if the ball's there to be hit, they'll hit it. And that's exactly what has happened there. Big 6. This one is up in the air and it's gone way, way back. And there's more action going on here, and it's mostly in the form of 6s. That's 3 6s in a row now. That one's just sat up nicely again, and that's going to be a 6 in the other direction. And this is suddenly... and that's going to be out, actually.
Well, there you go.
It's Biswas who is bowling, knocks aside a stump, doesn't even take off both bails, just takes off one. Apologies from Gurjinder Singh, he couldn't do much about it. Biswas didn't know much about it either, but it ends up... But hit that one straight back to the non-striker, and that one in fact is going to go all the way, so it was just a brief reprieve with that wicket. So Omar Farouk comes in and he's been hit straight away. That's a big, big 6 over long on. And well, that one's high up in the air. There is a fielder out there, but all he can do is watch the ball sail over his head. It's Mohammad Rassel out there. If there's chickens, we couldn't quite count them now, but I think we can start totting them up, because they have just about hatched as that 4 races away to the boundary, and that's the 4 needed for the Coimbra Knights to take the win in this match 14 of the Challenger Series.